Mr Assistant President, I also rise in support of the motion. I thank the Honourable Jackie Munro for bringing it to the House. I do have some history with bus shelters, Mr Assistant President, not just as a long-time catcher of buses in Western Sydney, particularly in Penrith, but also as the former National Secretary of the Rail, Tram and Bus Union, where I represented workers at Sydney and Newcastle buses, or as it used to be, the State Transit Authority of New South Wales. One of the issues that the RTBU campaigned on during my time as National Secretary was more investment in bus shelters. Not because it necessarily made life easier for bus drivers, but because we knew it was an important thing for the public transport industry, and most of all an important thing for public transport users. The argument that we made then, and the argument that I continue to make as a member of this place now, is that maximising the use of public transport delivers benefits for everyone, regardless of whether or not you are a public transport user, because more people on trains, more people on trams and more people on buses means fewer people in cars, which means less congestion and less transport-related pollution. So it is in the public interest to make our public transport services as reliable, as frequent and as accessible and user-friendly as possible. When it comes to encouraging modal shift away from cars to public transport, particularly buses, and encouraging them to make that switch, getting people to switch from their cars to a bus can be a hard sell. And that's why extra effort needs to be made to overcome those reservations and to give people the confidence they need to make the switch. And we can do that through increasing awareness of routes and timetables, but more particularly we can do that by investing in better bus infrastructure, particularly better bus shelters. But on the issue of investing in better bus infrastructure, Mr Assistant President, there is a good story for the government to tell. There has been a lot of investment. When you talk about 1,357 new bus services since coming to office, when you talk about bringing the bus driver shortage down from over 500 to 179, when you talk about investing in 1,000 new buses, more than half of which have 50% local content, these are all a good story to tell with respect to investing in public transport infrastructure and encouraging that modal shift. With respect to bus shelters more specifically, they aren't just about modal shift, but they're about making buses easy to use for everyone, particularly people who are regular users. For those people that don't have the benefit of private vehicles, who may or may not be able to drive a car, who may have disabilities, access to better bus shelters is essential, and that is why I particularly welcome this motion and wholeheartedly support it.